5 years later. Today was my 29th birthday, and I wasn't up to celebrating. Ever since I caught Javon and his stepsister in the act on my birthday, I've been against celebrating it. My sister Misha wasn't having that, though, because she drugged me to the club that weekend. That night changed my life more than I cared to show. I ended up letting Khaotic slut me out that night, and he was gone when I woke up. I didn't really care about that part because that's usually how one-night stands went. What bothered me was that I later found out that I was pregnant, and at the time, I didn't know if the baby was Javon's or his. I don't know what made me be that reckless, but the result of that blessed me with my beautiful baby girl, Leah Grace. She is the highlight of my life. Luckily, she looked exactly like me. Since I never seen or heard from Khaotic again, I let Javon claim her. With me being pregnant, he thought that meant for us to get back together, but I wasn't hearing that shit. I rarely asked him for shit, but he did his part when it was needed. Diamond was so threatened by me that she didn't allow him to come see Leah without her. I guess she thought I was playing when I said I would beat her ass every time I saw her. After the first few visits, she fucked around and found out. Now, Javon barely sees Leah, and I couldn't care less. While I was getting dressed for work, my mother called. "Hey, Ma," I answered. "Happy birthday, baby." "Thank you, Ma." "You still working today?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am. These bills don't stop just because I turned another year older." "You ain't never lied. You still coming to dinner tonight, right?" Every year, our mother made our favorite dinner on our birthdays. She was big on celebrating, so we let her have that time with us. "You know I am. I'm not even going to eat lunch. I want all the room in my stomach to be reserved for those oxtails." She laughed at my comment, and we said our goodbyes before hanging up. I already dropped Leah off at preschool since she had to be there by 7:45. I didn't have to be to work until 10. I worked at a finance company as their manager and chief loan officer. I was in school pursuing my bachelor's in accounting when I found out I was pregnant with Leah. I already had my associates, but I wanted all the credentials I could get. Since I didn't finish the program, I didn't qualify for the jobs that I wanted. When I saw that one of the local finance companies was looking for a lead loan officer, I applied, and I got the job. The job was simple, and the pay was decent. I made enough to make sure neither Leah nor I had to go without. Outside of what Javon contributed, my mother and sister were a big help. "I know you have to go to work, so I'll see you tonight." We hung up, and I finished getting myself together before I grabbed my purse, phone, and keys and headed out. I had a few minutes to spare, so I stopped by Starbucks to get coffee for me and Rashida. She's been working with me for the last year as my assistant manager, and we've gotten pretty close. We were both single mothers, but her son was 13, and from what she said, he was a handful. Her cousin used to help her with him before he went to prison, and her other cousin seems to be worse than the child. Once I got our coffee, I headed to work. To say I was surprised to see that they decorated my office with balloons and flowers was an understatement. What really got me was Rashida coming from the back with a cake, and they all started singing the TikTok version of the birthday song. "I want to say happy birthday to you, to you. I want to say happy birthday to you, you." Rashida was the ringleader, loud and off-key, but I loved her crazy ass. Now close your eyes and make that wish. Make that wish. Think about it, eh? And blow out your candles. I blew the candles out, and my other coworkers clapped and cheered. "Happy birthday, Bookie!" Rashida sang. "Thank y'all so much." They all took turns handing me cards and gifts. It was only about 6 of us here, so we all pretty much got along. It was one girl, though, Alicia, that always had her nose turned up at everybody. But she even handed me a card with a tight-lipped smile. I'm pretty sure Rashida threatened her ass. She'd had a stick up her ass ever since I came in and got a job she just knew she was going to get, yet she was underqualified. I finally got situated at my desk after taking my gifts out to my car. Rashida came in and sat in the empty chair that was in front of my desk. As soon as I sat down, she started her foolishness.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.